Hello and welcome, my beautiful, vibrant souls, to this week, I don't know, this week's Astrocast. There we go. So this is going to cover the week ahead, which will be May 9th through, I can do math, May 15th, 2022, darling. So yes, hello, welcome back to all my old friends. Hello and welcome to my newcomers. And I just want to give like a quick rundown of how Astrocasting works for all of the uninitiated who are unfamiliar. Let's get you up to speed. So as you can see, we have this lovely, beautiful circular board that I've so expertly drawn on with chalk because that's my strong suit. I'm sorry, aesthetics is not my strong suit, but I'm trying. I'm working on it for you guys. But we have this lovely circular board divided up into 12 equal segments, and these represent the 12 houses of the zodiac and their natural areas of rulership. Now, I do want to make mention that this is covering the natural houses, but what we talk about in today's forecast may may impact you differently depending on your personal astrology. So your personal house placements, as well as your planetary placements and interplanetary aspects in conjunction, no pun intended, with the current astrology. And if you have been, it's hard to miss, but if you've been in the spiritual community at all on the internet lately, everybody is abuzz with the chatter because we are in the middle of some pretty spicy eclipses going on. We had the eclipse on April 30th. We have another one coming up on the 15th. And Mercury's going retrograde. Retrograde. Maybe that's why I'm having a hard time talking. I never call it retrograde because I think that sounds intimidating now. So I just call it a backwards party. Mercury's starting its backwards party on the 10th. Holla. This is the dumbest joke I've ever made. Okay, anywho. So yes, lots of spicy stuff happening. Lots of shakeups. Lots of just like spiritual dirt that's just getting shaken loose. Speaking of, my asthma's already irritated, both spiritually and in the physical. So lots of stuff happening. Anyway, so yes, this may impact you differently depending on your personal astrology as well as in juxtaposition with what's happening now. But what we do here is we take this cute little tin of teeny tiny tarot cards. Like look at this little empress. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my God. So I reach in blindly and I shuffle them around and then I cast them on the board, and whatever cards come out, that's the energy that's going to be unfolding in different areas of life over the next week. Now you may find that you resonate with some of the messages, but not all of them. You may find that all the messages kind of resonate. It's just going to depend, again, on all those very specific personal circumstances and factors. Sometimes the messages, are interrelated with one another. Sometimes they're not. I will run through the entire shebangle when we get started. So that was a word my old college roommate used to say was shebangling, but she meant it in a different context. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so I think that's just about everything that I have to go over. Why don't I get into it before I torture you guys with any more weird anecdotes? All right, I have my eyes closed. Bam. Oh, there's a lot of energy going on. So normally when I close my eyes, I get colors pretty considerably. Oh, shit. No, I want to look at it though. 9 of Cups, yay. I get a lot of colors, and normally I usually get lots of yellows, some light blue, but this one was very green. That was nice. Okay. So there might be some peace coming in. There might be some heart chakra expansions coming in, just all kinds of spicy shit. Okay, so let's see what we have going on. Oh, okay. Try not to disturb where they fell, not to disturb their slumber. Alrighty, interesting. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about spiritual dirt being shaken loose. I just want to cover signs first of all on the board. We have a younger earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showing up with the Page of Pence. We have a feminine air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius showing up with the Queen of Swords. My mom used to always say that whenever she said the word swords, it was S words. So that's still what I call them to myself. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the king and queen of S words. Which is appropriate because of all the kings and queens, I feel like they're the most likely to be cursing behind closed doors, which I like. Anywho, so yes, feminine air energy, and then with the hermit showing up, we have Virgo going on. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about the dirt being kind of like, dusted off, like things being shaken out. This is exactly that, and then some. There's a lot of energies in flux. So as you see here, see how the hermit has the bottom of the cards facing inward toward the center of the wheel? That I will interpret as upright, and you see how with the Ten of Pentacles, the bottom of the card is facing outward. That is like distinctly reversed. Anything where it's not pretty clear like that, like you see with these two cards when they're on their side, that's the energy to me being kind of in flux. So it could either go either way, or maybe it's in the process of changing. It just really depends. Excuse me. So I want to talk about this hermit first. This hermit's right on the border of the 8th and 9th house. And we have, like, I talk about this a lot, but I try to shift the board like every single week, so that way even if I have like a normal kind of trajectory that I'll cast on, I'm making sure that I'm rotating it so different houses are presented. And over the last 2 months or so, this like border of the 8th and 9th house has been a hot spot for activity. And this I think is very telling because again, we have the eclipses going on the Taurus Scorpio axis, and who rules the second house but Taurus, and who rules the 8th but Scorpio? I had to think about it for a second. I was like, who rules the 8th but Taurus? No, we already said that. Oh my God, you guys. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things happening. There's been, I feel like there's whatever is occurring over the next, month or so. This is something that there's been, excuse me, hang on one sec. Oh, I'm sorry about that. There's been a lead up period for a while. So with this hermit on the border of, this is the house of death and rebirth, of transformation, of pretty deep karmic cycles that have been following you around at a soul level for quite a long time. This is really like the 8th house is about the ego death, right? You're really stripping away, the me in order to make room for the we, but it's all of your fears are just being like, just ripped away. Like your soul is naked as a jaybird. It's insane. So I feel like a lot of you have been going through this process for a while. And this kind of feels like with the hermit here, it's not done, but I feel like whatever this is, okay. I feel like, the hermit tends to, excuse me. The hermit to me is taking time alone. It's spiritual solitude more than anything else. But the thing with the hermit, I think at some point in the hermit's journey, there is this surrender to this need for this alone time in order to hold to hold counsel within yourself, with your own intuition, with your spirit guides, ancestors, passed on loved ones, angels, your great big something. The hermit is seeking that out, right? And as a result, blocking out other distractions. So it's not meant to make people be alone as it is to help turn down the volume on everything else so you can really hear what your spirit guides are trying to bring to you, what they're trying to help you with. Excuse me. And while the hermit can start from, so to me, when I think about the hermit and the hanged man can have really similar energies, but the hanged man is the universe is stepping in. Oh my God, I'm sorry. The universe is, oh my God. You guys, I was totally fine until I started recording. Okay, so some of you guys, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Some of you guys are literally choking on your truth, or somebody else around you is has been thinking and they have shit to say. Because I was, I've got the wicked bad asthma, and I try to manage it as much as possible. So there's some coughing usually, but that just took me by storm. That just like right in the face. Yeah, so somebody here, it's like your truth is like barreling out of you, like you can't help it, or somebody else is. And with this Queen of Swords, we'll talk more about it, maybe somebody else is communicating that to you, but it's like it's coming at you. But anywho, so with the Hermit, I like to think that the Hermit kind of does this more voluntarily than, say, the Hanged Man, right? I feel like this Hermit bordering the 8th and 9th house, there is an opportunity, or there has been an opportunity to go within, to really figure out what's important for you. To figure out with the Lantern and the staff, what is your sort of guiding force, your guiding light, and what is your support? What can you lean on in a spiritual sense, as well as, in a more grounded sense, like who's on your team and in your corner. But this feels like this is really spiritual. And this is because you're going through this evaluating process because you are expanding spiritually. The 9th house is having a higher spiritual perspective. It's usually Sagittarius's house. Excuse me. Greater spiritual knowledge, learning. This is just about really expanding that consciousness. So with the Hermit coming out on the border of those two houses, anytime alone that you've been having, or anytime alone that you have, I feel like there's almost this, I feel like there's either a culmination point, excuse my verb, this week, or like you're going to be having that big epiphany. Whatever this is, it's like a foundation for the next steps. And I say this because we have the 4 of Wands on its side bordering the 9th and 10th house. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So for some of you, this could be having to do with career, but in general, with the bordering the 9th and 10th house, I feel like you're getting a higher spiritual perspective on what your legacy is in this lifetime, right? So this is like life purpose kind of shit. This is like, how do you want to be known? The kinds of people, again, with the Lantern and staff, who do you want to work with? What is the thing that lights you up? What is the thing that guides you? What is the thing that gives you a sense of meaning and purpose and drive, even in, the dark times? And I feel like you've been really changing at a very deep level. And so what you may have wanted may have been changing as well. And I see this with the 10 of Pentacles reversed in the 6th house. This is a career house, among many things. So one of the things I'm getting is that some of you might be, and it doesn't just have to be career, right? Like the 6th house is our mind, body, spirit connection. It's our daily routines. It's kind of the ins and outs of average everyday life. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So for some of you, these are connected, and there's either something about the way you live your life, like the way it's structured, and also too, the 6th house is traditionally ruled by Virgo, so we have more of that Virgo energy. But it's like you're taking a really hard look at, like I said, either the way your life is structured, the way your daily routines are, maybe where you're living with the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, or somebody that you thought you might want to build a life with. This could be a long-term partner that you are with, somebody you have a family with, or your family of origin. This is, with these two, this is a long-term, long-standing structure in your life, whether it's a relationship, an idea, a job, a career path. This is like huge transformation. Oops, sorry. Huge transformation. And I feel like this transformation with the 10 of Pentacles reversed is the recognition that this cycle in your life is over, or that this, relationship doesn't suit you anymore. That this, maybe like if you're thinking about moving from your home, it feels like this is something huge where it's like, I was living in the city and now I'm moving out to the burbs, or like I was living in one type of climate and I'm moving somewhere totally different, or even like I'm moving, across the country, I'm moving out of the country. This feels like a really big step for you. And whatever this is, I feel like there's been struggle around this because there's been this inevitable uprooting process. And so because of this, I feel like with this Hermit mode, you've been really thinking about, as your perspective has expanded and you're getting a higher view, you've been really thinking about, okay, what's going to be stable for me in the long term? What's going to bring me happiness in the long term? What is the gateway to my spiritual evolution and my soul satisfaction is what I'm getting. And with the Queen of Swords coming in, no, she's kind of in the middle. Whenever a card shows up in the middle, this to me is like the central energy. But she is kind of a little bit more toward the 6th house, so I will kind of interpret it like that. This Queen of Swords showing up pretty much in the middle means you are getting clarity and you are either making decisions or you're getting ready to make decisions. Now, I know we're going into Mercury Retrograde, and a lot of the times people don't want to make any sudden moves. You know, she's usually an excellent communicator, so this might not be straight up having important conversations. This might not be, you know, signing contracts, making firm decisions, making plans, but there is at the very least clarity, right? And so this might be like, I don't necessarily know how it's going to happen, but I know I need to go in this direction, or I know that this thing isn't for me. So now I can start shifting my focus, shifting my energy into figuring out what is for me. Excuse me. And all of this is centered around letting go of whatever these things are. I want to pull a card about it. I'm just reaching in blindly. Whenever I reach in blindly, I pretty much always pull them upright unless I feel otherwise called. Okay. Wow, the Lovers. No shit. Okay. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this is a love relationship. I'm pulling another one. I don't know why. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. This is a love relationship for a lot of you, and this is a really big, important decision. Again, decisions are the thing here. This could be with a Gemini or involve a Gemini, more air energy going on. This is something where, excuse me, I'm gonna make sure they hang out with her, my cute little Queen of Swords. This is something where you've either felt like you've had to defend yourself, you felt like, and it's interesting because there's 6 wands here, and the guy with the 7th wand is like fending them off, right? And this is usually about needing to go after what you want, to fight for what you want, to defend yourself. But because he's fighting the 6 of Wands, and we have this here, the 6 of Wands is success, right? It's public recognition. So I always kind of think that the 7 of Wands is like a double-edged sword. It is about going after what you want, but there's a certain element to which you need to maintain a little bit of fluidity, because if you're not careful, you can end up blocking your blessings, right? But just in general, with these two coming out to clarify the Queen of Swords, you're going to be gaining clarity at the very least and preparing, either making decisions or preparing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Preparing to make decisions or preparing to have conversations about decisions you've made. And this really comes down to huge life choices about your stability, about the kind of person you want to be, about the legacy that you want to have, that you want to lead. And you're speaking now more from, or when you know, speaking or making decisions more, whether it's for like this week or it's something that you're gearing up to do, from a place of love, from a place of you know, and this doesn't have to be love for another person necessarily. This could be this is love for yourself by honoring yourself first and foremost. But this is saying, this is what I want. This is what's true to me in the heart and soul. I've made a choice, especially with that Gemini energy. You may have been on the fence about something for a while. With the Lovers and the 7 of Wands coming out together, this could be where you were really debating if somebody had long-term potential, and you're kind of like, fuck it. I love this person. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see what I can do here, right? Some of you might be having important conversations with somebody that you live with, or important conversations with somebody about living together. This person may have been really defensive in the past, or communication may have just been really defensive and triggered this hermit period where you guys are like not talking as much, spending less time together, really evaluating and going over what is best for the both of you. But one or both parties, and I feel this is, at the very least, this is you, my viewer, possibly whoever else is involved, is coming to some kind of clarity and conclusion, and possibly communicating about that this week, but the answer will become clear over the next week. And I think you're really going to be making, excuse me, these incredibly important decisions about where you want to plant seeds in your life, what you want to grow, what you want to harvest, because there's kind of this recognition, I feel like, with the Hermit energy here, where it's like, I'm not the same person I was, you know, I mean, 4 months ago, you know, like 6 months ago, 10 years ago, right? Like it's something like that, you know, or like 4 months ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, stuff like that. It's like, I'm not the same person. There's a mountain in the middle, and it's like, you've climbed that mountain. You've done this, right? And now you're on the other side of it, and you're a different person. You're more sure of what you want. And this is also encouraging you, if you do have to make a choice, to have confidence in your decision. You've taken enough time to think about it. You have had enough time to reflect. You know deep down what you want. It's just a matter of getting the confidence with this Queen of Swords to act on it. And I do feel like it's going to mean the ending of a cycle. in your life, or this might be a very difficult conversation initially. But it's time, and I feel like you've held off on this long enough, right? With the Seven of Wands, maybe you've held off on making a decision, and now it's getting to the point with the Six of Wands here where it's like you could be, you could be holding on to this in such a way that it's not making energetic room, because it's the wand suit, making energetic room for this success, this happiness, this public let's try again, shall we? Public recognition. This public recognition. I'm so sorry. That you've been wanting for, that you've been asking for, manifesting, and that you can, honestly, what I'm getting is you can handle. You can handle whatever this is. You are up to the task. So yeah, wow, big time understanding, big time clarity, big time decisions being made or talked about over the next week for many of you. Now we have this Six of Wands reversed bordering the second and third house, and this Page of Pentacles, not reversed, sorry, on its side. And this Page of Pentacles on its side bordering the first and second house. So with the Page of Pentacles bordering the first and second house, some of you might be starting a new job, which if that's the case, congratulations. Some of you may also be starting a new like diet or exercise regimen, just because the first house can talk about the physical body. I feel like that whatever this is, there is curiosity, there's excitement. I feel like this is kind of one of those things where it may have just fallen into your lap. You might be trying something new where you're like, you know what, this isn't usually the type of position I would take at this company, or this isn't usually the kind of job I would, like company I normally work for, but I'm gonna give it a shot, right? It was a good offer, I'm qualified to do it, or I can figure out what I don't know, right? There's a level of confidence in yourself, and there's a little bit of excitement and enthusiasm about this new chapter, right? I feel like for many of you, whatever this new opportunity is, because it borders the first and second house, it's like it's an opportunity to strengthen the security that you have within yourself, right? The second house can talk about things we value and we find security in, whether it's, material possessions or, hang on, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I am so sorry. Whether it's material possessions or it's more internalized, like, right, how we self-value. So I do feel like whatever this is like, yay, okay, I'm excited. It is on its side, so this might be something where, you get the job, but you don't start for, another month or something like that. There's like a delay. This might be where, you've run across this, like, I'm really getting jobs super heavily. You run across like a job posting and you're like, do I apply? Do I not? And you're kind of toying with the idea. Oops, sorry, I bumped the desk. You're kind of toying with the idea this week, but it feels really nice. It feels optimistic. And what I'm seeing here, because we do have the Six of Wands bordering the second and third house, is that if you're waiting for communication, I do feel like it's going to be positive. It might take longer than you expect, right? Because again, the sideways cards are like, this is energy in flux. Excuse me. If you are debating, like let's say this is a job posting and you're debating whether or not to reach out to them, because the third house can deal with communication, especially like social media and electronic communication, as the 11th house can also deal with that too though. This is like kind of, again, you're toying with the idea, and I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, if you want to go for it, it will likely be very successful, but that's up to you. And it's not saying you'll be unsuccessful if you don't go for it, but this feels very like neutral to good, right? I don't feel like there's anything lost by not trying it. This also, like I said, can suggest that if you are waiting for an opportunity, it is coming in, but it won't be manifesting for you this week. There's some kind of delay I'm getting. For some of you, there's somebody who wants to make you an offer, right? Because the page is like almost facing the guy on the horse and the Six of Wands, right? So he's like offering his pentacle up, but the guy is not looking, he's looking over here. So for some of you, there might be somebody who's making you an offer. I feel like this is somebody who really likes how you come across, how you present yourself, really likes talking to you. Specifically, I'm getting in like an intimate setting, or even if you're in a crowd, they like to kind of like scoop you off to the side a little bit. So you might meet this person at like a work function or work event, and they, you strike up a conversation and they want to talk to you more individually. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm sorry. This could be somebody who, if this is like romance, for example, this could be somebody who you meet online, or you like meet out and about, especially with the third house, anywhere in your community. And I feel like they would want to give you an offer. It's a small offer because it's the Page of Pentacles, but they're very optimistic. And because the page is bordering, this person would also really likes how you look, like physically how you look. But this person's like, I like them. Okay. They want to engage with you more. They want to talk with you more because they think that, you know, they think that you're like, the Six of Wands is, you know, kind of a star. The Six of Wands is, you know, seen about town, is known, is popular, is liked. So I do feel like they want to make you an offer because they see your value. Excuse me. Well, I personally, and this is just my own little insert here, I don't like talking about people with value statements. I feel like it's a little bit, I guess I'll say objectifying for lack of a better term. So I'm trying to correct myself and get away from that. I think this person sees that you have traits and that you carry yourself in such a way that reflects good self-value, that reflects, that reflects a lot of healthy traits within yourself. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get better about that. But this person really likes how you carry yourself, and they do want to make you some type of offer. And it is small, but it is stable. So I do like that. They might be reaching out to you. They might be contemplating reaching out to you, and they're trying to kind of find the right time. So that's quite nice. And for some of you, you might be starting a social media account for some type of business that you run or you would like to eventually run. This is nice. Again, it's a small beginning, but it has the potential to lead to a lot of victory, and there's some type of communication involved. Whatever is being offered, whatever is started, is a secure base to start from. So it'll start small, it will take time to grow, but it has a lot of potential for success. So if you're interested in it, if that's where your passion is, go for it. Because I think there's a lot of new things happening, and with a lot of endings happening as well, this can suggest that a new beginning is like right around the corner. It's just not here yet. So, big week up ahead. I think that's just about everything that I have. I hope this has been helpful. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck with all the astrological stuff happening. Just a wonderful, happy, healthy week ahead. And I will hopefully see you in another reading soon. Take care, y'all. Bye.